Welcome back to Good Day Atlanta. Time is 9:23 now, and Georgia history will come alive next week at one of the country's best preserved Civil War battlefields. Good Day Atlanta's Paul Billiken is live at Picketts Mill Battlefield State Historic Site in Paulding County, taking us back 155 years. Hey, Paul, good morning.
Yep. Yeah, good morning. We are way back in history this morning, but we are so lucky in Georgia to have places like this. And I kind of forget sometimes how lucky we are until I set foot at one of our state historic sites like Picketts Mill Battlefield. And then everywhere you turn, you are looking at history. And as I said earlier this morning, it's one thing to read a history book, and I love to read history books, but it's another to actually be at the site where these incredible moments in American history happen and to learn about the people that were involved. And so that's what you can do here in Paulding County at Picketts Mill Battlefield State Historic Site. We're hanging out with John and Ed this morning, who are both kind of demonstrating what soldiers would have looked like here back 155 years ago. So we've got the federal uniform here, the Confederate uniform over here. First of all, I want to ask you about what's going on next Saturday. A great day to come by. You're going to be doing your annual reenactment of the Battle of Picketts Mill. So what are people going to get to see here next Saturday?
We're going to have noted authors of books. They wrote books about the battle here. They will be out here on hand for public questions. We will also have professional living history reenactors out here. They will be reenacting 2 scenarios of the battle. We will also have living history specialists doing cabin life down at the cabin. And much more.
Yeah, it's just a great chance to explore this area and learn from people like you who know about the history here. So I want to ask you about where we're standing right now, because when we first got here, you pointed out that you can see these kind of divots and the ravine back here. These are actual earthworks that were done by the soldiers here 155 years ago, right?
Yep, this is a Confederate line, but however, the actual entrenchments here weren't done until the night of the battle. So basically it was a stand-up, toe-to-toe battle between the Federals coming up out of the ravine and predominantly a Texas brigade spread out where we're standing now. And
you told me before the Federals really didn't know they were walking right into a battle, right? Because the Confederate soldiers being down in the ravine, they were kind of hidden, right?
The Confederates had just run down this road and just had come right into line as Hazen's Federal troops were coming up. So it was basically a meeting by chance at the right moment.
Right, and ended up being a very memorable night. And again, just incredible to be here. Now, I want to ask you about what you're wearing quickly here. So this is the kind of thing that we would have seen 155 years ago. First of all, what material is this made out of? It's not the softest thing I've ever felt before.
This is jean cloth.
Okay.
This is a type of hard wearing. It's wool one way and cotton the other. And this is the predominant weave that would have come out of the Roswell mills.
Okay.
And this is much preferred in the South because it's a little bit lighter and airier.
Okay. And what else are you wearing? Like, what is back here?
A haversack for food and personal belongings, a canteen, which is probably the most important piece of gear.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I've got a cartridge box, a cap pouch, and a 1853 infield.
Yeah, and speaking of that, you're going to do a musket firing for us right now. So this is just going to take a second. So explain to me as you load it what you're doing here.
Basically by the numbers. They would pull out a cartridge. They would tear it with their teeth, pour down the cartridge. Now this is a blank. But if it was a round, I'd have a 1 ounce lead mini ball and that. Remove the rammer, ram it home.
Okay.
Return the rammer. Always return the rammer. Bring it up to the ready.
Okay.
Half cock. Put a cap on the nipple, and I'm ready to fire.
All right, let's do it. Let's see it.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. So how...
Well-trained is 3 times a minute.
I was just going to ask you, so they could do that 3 times a minute. Again, Elise, this is something that you'll see next Saturday during the reenactment here. And just incredible history. I've learned, I think, more about the Civil War this morning that I've probably learned since I was in college, and it just is incredible. It all happened right here, so you're standing in the footsteps of the men who were here 155 years ago. It's an amazing feeling. It really is.
Yeah, you're right. When you think about it, it really is something. But I have to know, how have you not gotten your hands on one of those? I mean, have they just said like a firm no to you, or are you still trying to...
No, I haven't. No, I'm working up to it. All right, we've got a whole other hour of Good Day Atlanta, Elise. So I mean, you want to stay tuned because you don't know what's going to happen.
Okay, we're going to be watching.
Yeah.
All right, Paul, thank you. The reenactment happens on Saturday, June 1st, starting at 10 a.m. Picketts Mill Battlefield State Historic Site is on Mount Tabor Church Road in Dallas. And coming up tomorrow morning, we wind down the week with some smooth jazz. Paul will be live in Piedmont Park with the look at and a listen to this weekend's Atlanta Jazz Festival. Looking forward to that.